The gas giants. Planets with massive continuous chemical reactions of extreme weather which drives a range of fascinating phenomena, including the formation of majestic patterns across their upper atmospheres and rich subsystems of moons and rings. There are 4 of those wonderful gas planets in our solar system and much more through the universe. But let's focus on the ones that are closest to us. The first one is Jupiter, which origin and meaning is Godfather, the king of the ancient Roman gods. Jupiter is the oldest and largest planet in our solar system. It is approximately 11 Earths wide. It also has currently 92 known moons. But now, do not focus on them as they were mentioned in previous videos. The problem with moons of gas giants is that they have a lot of them. We are now simply discovering new moons. Even if it is a smaller asteroid, it counts as moon to the owner planet. So it's probably not all. Some say that Jupiter is home to 63 moons. Some say that Jupiter has 600 of them. Jupiter has twice the amount of mass as the other planets put together. It really earned the name of gas giant. This giant planet may have a dense liquid center surrounded by oceans of hydrogen and helium gases. There are constantly storms on this planet, and a very well-known and iconic place called the Great Red Spot. The crimson-brown storm that's been raging for over 300 years. Believe me, I say you don't want to visit Jupiter. As well as there is no surface to land, the 400 miles per hour winds would probably rip you apart. The Jupiter sends asteroids toward us and saves us from them at the same time. Click here if you want to know more about that. Saturn, a home to a magnificent ring system, probably a most iconic and most beautiful planets of all, and the second largest planet in the solar system. This planet has captivated the hearts and minds of astronomers for centuries. Saturn is indeed full of secrets. From an artificially looking hexagon pattern at its north pole to downpours falling on Saturn from space, its rings of enraged moons has been acting weirdly these days. Strange spokes appear across the planet's rings. However, their cause and seasonal nature are still unclear. Scientists believe it's due to Saturn's magnetic field. The rings are disappearing at an extremely fast pace. The research found that the rings are draining away towards the planet as dusty rain of ice particles. Its rings consist mostly of water ice that ranges in size from microscopic dust to large boulders. Light from the sun and plasma clouds coming from tiny meteoroid strikes charge the icy dust, which becomes bound to Saturn's magnetic field and pulled into the planet by gravity. Saturn wasn't actually born with those stunning rings. The planet is around 4 billion years old, and the rings formed just 100 million years ago. The rings probably formed from an object that got too close to Saturn. A leading theory suggests that just beyond Saturn's atmosphere, an ice moon approaches close to its Roche limit, the limit where Saturn's gravity is strong enough to pull you apart. Up to 17 trillion pounds of ice has break apart in orbit around Saturn. Meet the Uranus, a very cold atypical world also called as ice giant. Everybody thinks Uranus is a smaller planet, but the truth is opposite. Uranus is 4 times wider than Earth. It is thought to have a core made of magnesium silica. The remaining 80% of the planet is mostly contained inside a lower of water, ammonia, and methane. The methane on its surface is what gives it its sky blue appearance. Unlike Saturn and Jupiter, Uranus's surface is particularly blank and featureless, more like just one color. The planet emits through its surface barely any heat back out into space, giving it the coldest temperatures in the solar system of -224 degrees. Uranus have 27 moons and ever a small ring system that is not able to see with telescopes. Uranus is the only planet to orbit on its side. Other planets usually orbit along the same plane and in the same direction because of the direction and motion of the collapsing cloud which formed the star in its system. But unlike the other planets, the Uranus system seems to orbit on their side. We think that this orientation is due to a collision with another planetary mass object, the impact of which tipped the entire system over on its orbital plane. Neptune, the most distant of them all. Neptune is very similar to Uranus, despite the fact that it is furthest from the Sun and is much more volatile. This planet is known to be the less explored planet in the solar system. Neptune, along with Venus, have the most extreme weather found anywhere in the solar system. Its surface includes spot-like storms, similar to the ones on Jupiter, but with much more aggressive wind speeds. Its discovery was quite random. In the early 1800s, astronomers noticed that Uranus was behaving strangely. They figured there must be another planet out there tugging on Uranus's gravity and causing it to wobble. They used math to calculate the location of this mystery planet. In 1846, a German astronomer named Gali looked into the sky and found Neptune right where it was predicted to be. Neptune is the planet of waiting. One orbit on Neptune equals to 165 years here on Earth, with the seasons lasting a little over 40 years each. Its core is made of water ice and silicate rocks being around the size of the Earth. The rest of the planet is believed to be surrounded by a layer of clouds, predominantly made of helium, hydrogen, and traces of methane. This gives the planet this ocean-rich blue color. Although the clouds look very stunning, they are whipped around by the most severe weather. We are talking about 1,200 miles per hour winds. Winds 5 times faster than the fastest wind recorded on Earth. The winds are so powerful that they break the sound barrier. Do not forget to subscribe for more space content. Thank you for watching and be ready for other interesting videos. See you later.